Greetings out there in YouTube land, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do another brief video, and every now and then I'm going to keep updating and revising because I know everybody can't sift through these 2,400 videos that I have. So I feel it's important to sometimes just update some of the information. And this video again is to discuss my tabbing services. And what that is if you have a favorite song that you would like to learn, I'll do it, depending on approval, because there's some songs that are just kind of either difficult to do on guitar or just don't sound the same. Because sometimes I get people to ask me to do a lot of piano stuff, and that's fine when the piano is just playing chords, but when the piano is doing some fingering and and all that melody thing, it just doesn't translate over to guitar pretty well. It doesn't. So sometimes I have to tell people that it's just not doable. If you're a guitar player and you're trying to play a piano song, it's kind of difficult. But anyway, my video or my tabbing service consists of one song per $10, 2 song minimum, meaning that if you have a submission, got to be at least 2 songs, $20, $10 thereafter for each song. And the reason being is because sometimes I get a lot of people asking me to do some songs. But unfortunately, I got 12,000 subscribers and I can't fill them all. And it really be kind of unfair to the people that pay for the service that I do free ones for other people. It's just wouldn't be feasible. And the reason why I charge, because it's not that I'm charging to do the song, I'm charging for the time. And if you think about it, here's the breakdown. It takes me about maybe 15 minutes to learn a song if it's not a difficult song. But then the editing or the recording and the editing process takes a total like 2 hours. So if you think about it, that's $5 an hour. So that's dirt cheap. I don't think that you can go anywhere else and get a Pacific song and a song that doesn't have any sheet music or never been issued sheet music to get it broken down like I break it down for you. And I even actually send you a DVD of the songs that I've done for you so you can just have them at home and study. Because again, how most people charge you for tabbing services, they just write it out, give it to you. They don't put it in the video like I do. And that's why I do the play alongs. I thought it was a good idea when I first started my channel that I play along with the record so you can see where or how my guitar part fits. As opposed to I give you something that's not even in the same key of the song, so you can't really apply it to say, does this really fit? So again, tabbing services is $10 per song, 2 song minimum. Submit the songs, I approve them, then we get started. If for some reason I have a problem with trying to do this particular song, just submit another one. Because again, it would be unfair to the people that pay for the tabbing services to for me to do all these free ones for other people. And I just want to take a moment to especially thank Mr. Eddie Brown. I appreciate Mr. Brown because Mr. Brown for almost a year was submitting songs every month. And I've done a lot of songs for him. I just want to say I thank you because I know we've ran the course of the road because, like you said in your last message, I'm running out of songs for you to teach me. And I totally understand. So I totally appreciate all the support you've given me over the last year or so. So just want to make a point to say thank you, Mr. Brown, for that. And everybody else who have utilized tabbing services. Also, my DVDs are still for sale half price. $25 for 4 DVDs over 4 hours of stuff that's just jam-packed with a lot of knowledge and $2 shipping. I don't think you can get a better deal as far as a guitar lesson plan because the stuff that I cram into these 4 videos, there's almost close to 4 hours, is more of equivalent to almost 2 years of guitar teaching for $25 to $50 for 45 minutes a week. So when I put this together, I thought it was a good idea because a lot of my subscribers said, could you put something together for us to make it logical? Because that's the problem of the issue. Something you need to express or teach somebody that even if they're not playing guitar, it makes sense to them. Because a lot of the stuff in the traditional way of theory and learning music doesn't make sense. Because again, with that key signature thing, the only time you need to worry about that is when you're trying to play a solo. As opposed to, you worried about it right off the top. What's key you're in? Doesn't make a difference. If you know the chords in the song, that's all you need to know. But unfortunately, again, traditionalists believe that you should learn all this other stuff that doesn't apply because this is my take on it. the emphasis should be on learning song structure as well as I'm teaching you guitar, because guess what, you're gonna have to know that. You can't get around the structure thing. You can get around the theory thing, because if you know the chords to the song, that's all you need to know. Don't have to worry about the key signature. But you know, I stress that, and that's how I'm able to cover these songs so quickly, because people ask me, how are you able to do this so quickly? And that's why, because I first sit down and map out the structure of the song. What are the chords that are going on in the verse? What are the chords going on in the chorus? The B section, the hook, or whatever, so on and so forth. That's how I'm able to do it. That's my focus, and that's my process. And I walk you through that in these DVDs as far as the common sense approach to learning how to play the guitar, because in the first DVDs 1 through 4, which is $25 plus $2 in shipping. I also have 5 and 6, which is $14, which covers shipping and handling, where I deal with additional chords that don't normally show up in songs, but sometimes they do, so you're prepared to play those. DVD number 6 walk you through my setup, because that's the most asked question that I get, is how do you get such a good sound? And my sound is kind of customized. It's no two people have set up the sound like, you know, each other. So I walked you through personally how I set up my sound with my effects unit, and then how to post the videos on YouTube. But again, DVDs number 1 through 4, you get this chart, and this chart is kind of like the answer to playing songs simply. If you learn, I believe, 6 chords in 2 different inversions, that's it. You off to the races and able to play 90% of the stuff on the radio. So you know, again, with this chart, it comes with the DVDs, because I used to give this chart out free, but the problem with that was when I send it to people PDF file, they start sending me a bunch of questions. Well, how do you do this? And I thought it was a good idea to stop doing that and include it in the DVD package, because the DVD package walks you through how to utilize these chords. Because guess what? It's just these 2 inversions. There's a third one down here, and I kid you not, I've never even used. I mean, on each string, you can create the chord. It's the root note on each string. So you got 6 strings, 6 different inversions. You know, so just the fact that you can only have to utilize these 2, the root on the E string and the A string, 90% of the stuff off the radio you could play. Stuff on the radio up to date, 100%, because they only use major, minor chords, minor 7s, major 7s, and I think a few others. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Again, anybody that wants to, you know, learn a song, they can submit a request for 2 songs for me to tabulate. I tabulate them, post them on YouTube if I can, because the newer stuff, you know, it's a copyright issue, but I can still do it. I just send it straight to you as opposed to posting it on YouTube, because YouTube's cracking down on it. They give you strikes, and they cancel out your account if you keep accumulating these strikes, copyright violations, which is kind of ridiculous, because I'm going to say this briefly and be done. We don't know what we can't cover, you know, and that's kind of working backwards. You get zapped after the fact, as opposed to if there was a place on the website or somewhere where you can type in the next song and it says can't post it, you know, because technically YouTube actually have something like that, but it's so outdated. Because even I type in Prince stuff, they tell me I can post it, which I know that I can, you know. So it's not useful at all. We just got to be careful about the stuff that we post. That's why I do a lot of old school stuff as opposed to the stuff that just was released 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm pretty safe with doing 60, 50, 60, 70s, and 80s, and some 90s stuff. You know, anything a little newer than that is kind of a issue of posting it. But again, I won't post it, but I can send it to you in the DVD form. So until next time, take care. And thank everybody for the support you've given me. Thanks.